This is Randy Rosetta with HubCityPreps.com with the video edition of Trinity Talk for this week. I'm with the brothers Highley. I want to make sure I get them right, and I apologize if I refer to you as Ryan at any point. I've just known your dad for a while, so his name is stuck in my head.
Yes, sir.
Introduce yourself so people know which Highley's which.
I'm Rhett Highley.
And I'm Deacon Highley.
We just talked about the center and linebacker,
Yes, sir.
running back and linebacker, which, if not that you're a small dude, but if you look at the two, it would seem like it would be reversed. You're the bigger guy of the two, but
Yes, sir.
we're at a TAP school, and when I've told Coach this before, whenever I talk to you guys in Lubbock Christian, there's always somebody who's playing a spot they probably wouldn't play in a normal spot. You guys have been a part of this program for a while now. Why is that part of your DNA, your culture, that just jump in and play where you are needed?
Just like have the mentality that it's not about you, that it's about somebody else. So just try to get that play done for somebody other than you.
And Deacon, you get to play the kind of the snazzy position there at running back, so you probably get to talk a little trash to brother once in a while. But you both play linebacker. You're both really good on the defensive side of the ball, which is a good place to start, because I know you gave up some yards and some points later against Floydada, but it sounded like you guys did a lot of good things defensively the other night. So let's start there, Deacon. What was clicking defensively against them in the 28-20 win the other night?
Yeah, I think when we look at it, we were really doing our jobs well. I think that's what our defense kind of sets around, is if everybody does their job right, we can fill up all of our gaps, and we can have that run defense that we usually have. So I think in that first half we were really focused mentally and doing each one of us doing our jobs right, and I think that's kind of what led us to be that good defensively.
So they got to you a little bit late in the game, and I know I saw Coach's quote about this. He wants to see you guys get closer to 4 quarters at
Yes,
some
sir.
point. The end of that game, what did you see from that you need to improve and learn on, especially this week going up north to take on Stratford?
I think we just got a little lazy and lackadaisical because of the lead that we had in the first half. I think we just thought that we got comfortable, so we started going outside our gap and trying to just make the highlight play. So that's what I think happened.
It's good to have a lead.
Yes,
It's
sir.
never bad to have a lead. Deacon, how do you learn to play with a lead a little bit more? What does that take? Does it just take experience and guys kind of growing up on the vine here as you go?
Yeah, I think with our defense having a good amount of young players on it, I think they just haven't experienced that yet, but we really need to focus on having that mentality of it's a 0-0 game, and we just got to keep putting it on them. Don't let them come back like they did. And Floydada, I got to give them credit. That was a good team. They played well. And so we really just got to have that mentality like this game isn't over. We just still got to keep putting it on them.
Which is weird for you to talk about being young, because you guys last year were the young guys.
Yes,
You kind of have developed into leaders on this defense. What do you have to do as leaders to help the other younger guys, inexperienced guys maybe, kind of grow up a little quicker now?
Probably help them with like plays, because there's a lot of stuff going on in each play. So try to help them, especially those DNs. Like try to help them get in the right gap at the right time.
So offensively, the last couple of games, you guys have found a pretty good rhythm. What is clicking on that side of the ball that you need to carry with you now, starting this week?
I think we're starting. I mean, it's a hard offense to run, especially with so many new guys on the line. It's hard to kind of get all the plays right and do that right. I think we're starting to learn it a lot better now, and so I think we're starting to click. I think on the passing game, JJ's doing a great job so far, and then our receivers are running the right routes. We're getting the timing well. I think going forward, we just need to keep focusing on that, getting our timing right, getting all of our blocks right, and just knowing what to do there. And I think the offense will take care of itself there.
So you're like the old man on the line, right?
Anthony Klein at left
Okay,
tackle is
all right.
the senior. And
So
then
you a little
me
bit
and
of
Noah
experience.
are the 2 juniors, and then you got Ford and Javion.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
guys are gaining experience as you
Yes,
go.
sir.
Your brother mentioned what the line has done to get better. What's the next phase? What do you have to do to kind of take more steps to get better?
Yeah, just learning again, because we're all first-year starters on the line. So just learning and then experience with the better teams. Stratford's going to be a good test for us. Just gaining that experience right before district.
You guys have already had a pretty tough road game right off the bat this season, so how much does that prepare you now? Because you're going up to, I believe they've won at least one state championship in the last few years, and they sort of know what they're doing up there. So how did that season opener against Jim Ned prepare you for this next trip?
I think a lot of it was just the physicality of Jim Ned. I think that really is what's going to help us out in the long run because of how physical that Jim Ned team was. And I think our offense is built for teams that are going to be bigger than us. They're going to be stronger than us. And so when we face a team like that that's physical, kind of helps us gain that physicality and helps us out a lot in that aspect. And then on the defensive side of the ball, man, we just got to get to the ball and hit them hard. And that's kind of what Jim Ned will help us out with because of how physical that team was.
Piggyback on that, what do you think?
Yeah, it was a good experience ride for us. It was kind of like an eye-opener. Like, this team's probably going to win their state championship, and they're one of the best teams in their thing. So if we can compete against that team, well, at least in the first half, we competed pretty well against them. So it was a good eye-opener for us. Like, we're not like as like un-in-depth as we thought that we were.
So you guys are young. For people and coaches a lot younger than me too, but for older guys, for media guys, and for coaches, it's cool when you get to go to these places that have big names and you get to go. Do you soak that in when you go up to places like this, to Stratford, where they have the state championship banner? I mean, you guys are West Texas guys, so you know about Friday Night Lights and all that. Do you kind of soak it in, or is that something you look back on later? I
think it's something that a lot of our guys just don't remember. They don't know about most of these teams and how good their past really is. And so I think it's something we look back on, like after we play them, on how like this team, I mean, people know about them. This is a good team that we're facing, and being kind of newer into the football area as Trinity Christian is, I think it's a great opportunity to be able to face teams like Stratford and teams like Jim Ned that have a pretty big name in the football industry. Yeah, Coach doesn't let you guys wade into the shallow end. He puts you out there against really good teams, doesn't he?
The non-district schedule is really good for us right before the district games because our district's going to be a lot tougher this year, so the non-district schedule is what we need.